Lesson 62, Estimating Arithmetic Answers with Rounded and Compatible Numbers. Estimate the product of 29 and 19. Is the estimate greater than or less than the actual product? How do you know? So to estimate the product here, I'm just going to round both numbers. So I'll have 30 times 20 instead of 29 and 19. I just round it up. So when I multiply this, I'll have 2 zeros, and then the 2 times the 3 is 6. So about 600 is my estimate. Is my estimate greater than or less than the actual product? Well, I know that it's greater than the actual product because I rounded both numbers up for my estimate. To which place was each number rounded? I rounded both of them to the tens place. Estimate the sum of $8.95, $7.23, $11.42, and $6.89 by rounding to the nearest dollar before adding. Okay, so I'm going to round each number to the nearest dollar. You just look at the next spot to figure out if you round up or down. So since I have a 5 or more, I raise the score, so that'll be $9. Then I have a 2, so I let it rest, 4 and less, let it rest, plus $7, plus round down again, so $11, and then I round up, plus $7. And I can add all those together. I know 9 and 11 give me 20. And I know that 7 and 7 give me 14. And 20 plus 14 gives me 34. So $34 would be my estimate. Which place do we look at to decide if we should round up to the next whole dollar or drop the cents? We looked at the 10 cents spot right there. Estimate the perimeter of this rectangle, first by rounding its length and width to the nearest 10 millimeters. So here I have 78, so I'm going to round it to the nearest 10. I look at that second number there, so I'm going to round that up to 80 millimeters. And I have a 1 here, so I'm going to let it rest 30 millimeters. And here I am looking for the perimeter. So perimeter is where you add up all the sides. So 80 plus 80 plus 30 plus 30. This side is 30, that side is 30, this side's 80, and this side is 80. You know, 80 and 80 is 160, and 30 and 30 is 60. So I just add 160 with 60, and I know that that gives me 220 millimeters. That's a reasonable answer because I rounded 78 down, or I'm sorry, I rounded 78 up, and then I rounded 31 down. So that'll be about right. Example 4. An average cat weighs about 14 pounds. An average porpoise weighs about 103 pounds. About how many more pounds does a porpoise weigh than a cat? Well, if the average cat is 14 and the average porpoise is 103, I need to find the difference. So here's where I can use compatible numbers. So compatible numbers means I'm not necessarily rounding before I do anything. I'm just changing the numbers a little bit so that I can do the numbers in my head a little easier. So I'm going to change, instead of 103, I'll just make it into a 104. Because that's a little bit easier for me to work with. And the difference between 104 and 14 would be a lot easier for me to figure out than 103 and 14. Minus 14, 0, and then a 9, so 90, about 90. Here is your lesson practice, estimating by rounding and using compatible numbers.